प्रथम विनवमय श्री गणेश को दूजे सरस्वती माँ दीजे मैं विनवती न देवा को जो यक श्री की जवा दीजे मैं विनवती न देवा को जो यक श्री की जवा जय 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 श्री
सरस्वती माता।
ओ जय 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 श्री रमा राधिका माँ। जय जय जय
श्री सरस्वती माता।
ओ जय 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 श्री
सरस्वती माता।
चौथे मैं विनव पंच सभी को ज्ञान तुझे उलधाम रामायण की अनूप कर भवसागर पार करा रामायण की अनूप करनी भवसागर पार करा जय 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 श्री
सरस्वती माता।
ओ जय 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 श्री रमा राधिका माँ। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। जय 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 श्री सरस्वती
माता।
ओ जय 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 श्री सरस्वती माता। आदि शक्ति सरस्वती माता की जय। Today also the auspicious period of Navratam has come to an end. Remember again, all these rites and rituals and customs were brought across by our forefathers when they came here in 1845. Ram Janam or Ram Navami celebration devotees was brought with them when they came here. Shivratri, Krishna Janam, all of these they brought with them. Ever since you ask the elders, some little children, they will remember going to the mandir, especially everybody gathered to celebrate this occasion when Bhagwan came on earth. So, our scriptures tell us again, live for the sake of your dharma, and your dharma will always protect you. Praise to Sanatan Dharam. Kakoi kabare he mitro, Sanatan Dharam ki jai ho. चारों दुनिया में सनातन धर्म की जय हो। परे चाहे कष्ट लाखों की, ना छोड़ो धर्म अपने को। प्राण थक जावे, सनातन धर्म की जय हो। सनातन ओ सनातन धर्म की जय हो। बोलो श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। Ayodhyapati Ramachandra ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Sarvadevi Sarvadevata ki jai, Sadhu Guru ke Dandvat, Jai 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 Sitaram. Today, devotees, we also read excerpts of Sri Ramcharitramanas. As I explained, that devotees, Bhagwan Vishnu himself says that whenever this earth is troubled, the devatas, the brahmans, the saintly people, the good people, Mother Earth, devotees are under pressure. The Lord does take manifestation, come upon this earth from time to time, alleviate the earth of the troubles and problem, and reinstate the pathway of dharma, righteousness. Dasrath and Kausalya, who had in previous birth, they did devotees penance in Naimisharan Kshetra, and Lord Vishnu did appear to them and wanted to grant them a boon. When they reserved the boon, asking the Lord, they would like of him to come as a son. It was now the age of Treta Yuga, when they are reborn as Dasrath and Kausalya. And so Bhagavan taught Ravan devotees who was granted the boon that he could not die except by a man and a monkey, and devotees' terror was upon this earth, the Lord decided to manifest. It coincided again, everything was put together. Dasrath had no sons. He had no heir to the throne. And he went to Guru Vashisht, his guru, who advised him that his son-in-law Slingri Rishi can perform a yagya to beget boy children. Agni Dev appeared with a bowl of kheer from the fire and handed it to Dasrath, who shared it amongst his queens. He gave Kausalya half. The other half was divided into 2 quarters. One of the quarter he gave to Kekahi, and the other last remaining quarter he divided to 1/8. He gave it to Kekahi and Kausalya, who in turn gave it to Sumitra. And it was a day like today, 12 midday. Bhai Pragata Kripala Dina Dayala Kausalya Hitakari, when Bhagwan Vishnu appeared upon this earth. He appeared in this form. Sankha Chakra Gada Pajpan Mala Vibhushitam. He said, Kausalya Devi, I promised to come, and here I am. And she praised him but said, Lord, you promised I wanted you as a son, a little baby, not in this superhuman form. Please grant me that desire, that I will have the dular to apply to you as a mother to a child. And in the twinkle of an eye, that superhuman form disappeared, and 4 little boys were present there. Whenever God has to come, the Lord is not born, but the Lord devotees appears. And whenever mission is accomplished, Antardhan, the Lord vanishes into thin air. It was devotees at that time. Ravan, you see, remember I also mentioned, they were previously giant Vijay gatekeepers to the heavenly sphere. Because of their position, they refused the rishis to enter, and the rishis cursed them. All you're behaving like demons, so you could take 3 birds as demons. So knowing that, they run to Lord Vishnu and beg Lord Vishnu to help. And Bhagwan Vishnu told them, he said, look, the pronouncement of these, you see when them holy brahmanas put their mouth on top here, rub it off. You will have to be born as demons. Help us, Prabhu, help us, they begged the Lord. And Bhagwan Vishnu told them, okay, I can't take away the curse, but what I'll do is, every time you have to be relieved of your body, I will come personally myself. And so devotees, first the Lord came as a Vra avatar, the wild boar, to destroy Hiranyaksha. They take the form of demons, right? And Hiranyakashipu, the Lord came as Narsingh Bhagavan. They were reborn now as Ravan and Kumbhakaran, and they'll come back again in Krishna avatar. So as Ravan and Kumbhakaran, they did penance to Lord Brahma. Ravan, Kumbhakaran, all of them, how you call she? Surpanka and all the others, they did penance, devotees. And when Brahma appeared to Ravan, he didn't want to die, you know. He said, grant me the wish to stay immortal. He said, no. Once you're born here, you have to go one day. He said, well, anything close to that. So Brahma said, what's about human and monkeys? He said, well, I don't free them. My Rakshas eat them for food. So it's okay, right? You could spare them. I could take care of them. And so Brahma gave him the boon that he could not die except by a human or a monkey. Kumkaran devotees, when he asked, he wanted to really ask her to wake for 6 months and sleep for 1 day. But when the devatas and see the kind of destruction this man will do is 1 day, they thought if he had to wait for 6 months, what will happen on this earth? So they begged Saraswati to help. And when it was time to ask, Saraswati thwarted his thinking. And instead he asked to wait for 6 months and sleep for 1 day, he asked to sleep for 6 months and wake for 1 day. And Brahma also tell him, anytime you are asleep and they wake you up during the sleep, though your time has reached. So Ravan thought to himself, he was invincible. He could not die, devotees. Right? Remember Sri Lanka, right, was an impregnable fortress created by the Lord Kubera, the Lord of Wealth. That's why it was called the City of Gold. When Ravan got his powers, right, what happened? He tell Kubera to dust it from there. And he took control of Sri Lanka together with the aerial Kadi Pushpak Biman, which really belonged to Kubera. And there he ruled over devotees. The demons there, they were cannibals. They had the power of black magic to disguise. They could have taken any form. They could have become invisible. They could have fly up in the air, and you name it. And they were well trained in warfare and all these things and so on. And you know what Ravan's order was to them? Go north. And anywhere you see there is worship and adoration to Lord Vishnu, destroy it and destroy those involved in it. Right? Anywhere devotees, their cows, kill them and eat them. They will move into houses where there were young girls, Kanya, and they will snatch them and bring them back to Lanka, set in villages of fire, all these things and so on. It was so terrible at that time in the age of Treta Yuga. Shankar Bhagwan says, Parvati Devi, man vachan karam suno. Listen, I'll explain to you. Hari Om. घोर निशाचर जो करेगी वर्णि न जाय अनीति रामा वर्णि न जाय अनीति जिनके पाप ही कवन बीती हिंसा पर अति प्रीति सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम. Parvati Devi, Ravan thought he ran the devatas from the heavens. Devotees, he subdued the devatas. They couldn't kill him because the boon was, Are Brahmaji Bardani Ravan Mare Namare. All the devatas, he had them in Lanka in chains. Shani Devata was in chains, devotees. When Hanuman burnt Lanka, Hanuman released him. And when he opened his eyes, the drishti melted all the gold. And there he gave Hanuman the blessing. He said, Pawan Putra, anybody who has a Shani Gra, they worship you on a Saturday, right? That Gra will negate. That's why Saturday is favorable for the worship of Shani Devata. So it was the torture that Ravan placed on this earth. The Lord Shiva is saying, Parvati, दुष्ट राक्षस जो कनीति को करते थे वहां वर्णि नहीं को जाती कि क्योंकि जिनका हिंसा पर अत्यंत को प्रीति है उसके पाप को क्या ठिकाना की होता है. All the outrageous acts of Ravan devotees were beyond description. They were beyond description, says Tulsidas Maharaj, that there is no limit to a person who has violence on his mind. You know what they tell you? The advice is a person who gets angry very quickly and with violence on his mind. You see them long trucks, mark, keep 17 meters away, stay 100 meters from them people. Because anything they could do at any time, anything they can do at any time, what their mind devotees direct them to. So such was the state in Lanka Puri. And these demons were happy because Ravan treated them well. They were well trained in warfare and battle and all these things and so on. And devotees. Ravan looked on Vishnu Bhagwan as his enemy. Because remember, Ravan is the incarnation offer. You had Hirnaksh, okay? And then you have Hiranyakashipu on the next side. So letting that Bhagwan Vishnu had destroyed him at that time, here the enmity still continued. Anywhere there is puja, no havan. And anytime you want to weaken the devatas, stop doing havan. The easiest way to weaken the devatas is to stop doing havan. Because the havan, the devatas depend upon the havan that we make. They feed on it and they become blessed and send back down rain. Through rain, devotees, seeds germinate. With the germination of seeds, we get plant growth. With plant growth, you get grains. With grains, you get food. With food, you are able to nourish this body and procreate and carry on your species. So devotees, these were the instructions. Do you know what Ravan used to do? Every year, at a certain time, taxation time, he will send his Rakshas by all the saints and sages to collect taxes. And when they could not pay, because they were not working people, they will extract blood from them. Because they were cannibals, they used to consume of human blood and flesh. So one year what happened? Knowing that taxation time will come, and how they will rough them up to extract the blood, they extracted the blood themselves, put it in a container. And when the messengers of Ravan came, they tell him, look the blood here, take it to your king, but tell him this will bring destruction to him and his whole race. When Ravan saw the blood, he was happy. But when they told him what the sages said, he said, here's something. King Janaka and I don't get along. Carry it north and bury it in his territory. You see, this was the type of person he was. Although so educated, knowledgeable, powerful, and so many boons, for he lifted Kailash devotees with Lord Shiva and Parvati, but yet still he used it for wrong purpose. So devotees, Bhagwan Shankar says, look at what happened. Hari Om. Giri Sarir Sindhu Bhar Nahi Mohi Jas Mohi Garui Ek Par Drohi Jai Ram Shri Rama Jai Jai Shri Rama Jai Rama
Jaya Jaya Rama.
Sakala Dharma Rama Sakala Dharma Te Gai Viparita Kahina Sakaya Ravana Bhai Bhita Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jai Jai
Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
इसी प्रकार को डिवोटीज और को कहने लगी पहाड़ को नरी समुद्र का को मुझको ऐसा को बोझ को नहीं है जैसे उनको पराया को द्रोह करने वाला है. Now Mother Earth says she can bear the weight of billions of millions of tons of material upon her. That is nothing. But the weight of one sinner becomes unbearable. Right? According devotees to our scriptures, you know what causes earthquake? This earth rests on the hood of Shisha, right? The eternal serpent. And when the weight of sins become unbearable, Shesha has changed the weight from one head to the other. And during that process of change, that is the movement you get here, that is earthquake. But again, from a scientific point of view, you will get another understanding of it. But here devotees, she said that she can bear the weight of every other thing, but the weight of one sinner becomes unbearable. सभी को धर्म को विपत्ति देखने पर रावण डरते कोई नहीं को सकता. So much wrong devotees were performed by Ravan. That, devotees, it was becoming unbearable. You know what took place in that at that time, devotees? Listen. Hari Om. Barhe khal bakhu chor jubari jaya lampat par dhana par nari o jaya Ram Shri Rama
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
मान की मातु पिता नहीं देवा मान की मातु पिता नहीं देवा साधु न सन करवा वही सेवा जय राम श्री रामा
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी
Mangal Bhavan Amangal Hari.
द्रव्य सुदशरथ अजीर बिहारी जय राम श्री रामा
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
इसी प्रकार को बहुत से खल चोर और को जुबारी को बर हो गए जो पराया को धन और को पराई को स्त्रियों के ठगने वाले थे. Devotees, rogues increased in numbers rapidly at that time under the rule of Ravan. Okay, thieves, devotees increased in numbers, right? Gamblers, devotees, and the issue was, yes, grabbing at other people's personal wealth and property and so on. Walk into your home and take whatever they want and go. Not only that, the young daughters, devotees, the wives of others, they will grab them and take them back to Lankapuri. This how the time was then, devotees. Under that rule of Ravan, devotees, Ravan ruled with an iron fist, with his own way and his own belief. Mata pita devta ko nahi ko manta hai. Nobody paid adoration to mother or father. Instead of children listen to parents, parents had to listen to the children. And that happened already. The devtas, nobody want to worship and do puja, nothing and so on at that point in time. Or sadhu ko seva, nobody did again service devotees to the pious, the humble, and the meek and so on. This was what was happening at that time. It was the Treta Yuga, right? Ravan thought he was invincible, and devotees, all those cannibals under his jurisdiction, he gave them orders to go and torture, kill, rob, steal, set villages afire, all these things and so on, and they moved about. When Dharti Mata, devotees, realizing that the weight of this suffering was becoming unbearable, look at what she did. Dhenu rupa dhari hirdaya bichari gayi taha jaha sur muni gyari Jai Ram Shri Rama
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Rama Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
Nij san tap ram anij san tap sunaya siroi kahu Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Shri Rama, Jai Jai
Rama,
Shri Rama, Jai Rama.
Jai Jai Rama.
Becoming unbearable the weight of this sufferation upon earth. गाँव का रूप को धारण कर मन में विचार जहां को संपूर्ण देवता मुनि थे वहां गई है. धरती माता took the form of a cow. गाँव का रूप, and with tears streaming from her eyes, she headed to where the saints and sages were to see if they could get in contact with the devatas to get help. And again, you see the stresses on the cow here again. Why didn't she take the form of a bison or a goat? The cow devotees is very close to Bhagwan Krishna. She is Go Mata. And I always keep stressing why we adore the cow in Hinduism. Not only from a spiritual point of view, but even from a humane point of view. When a child stops breastfeeding, what the child lives on or develops on? You might buy the milk by the different brand, but where it coming from? Is mother cow. That's why she's called Gau Mata. She's the only animal that observes a 9-month pregnancy period as a human mother. Think about it. She has a 4-section stomach. She'll chew grass whole day, go home in the night and bring it up and then regurgitate and then digest it now and process it, devotees. You ever hear any man yet try to change grass into milk? Yeah? Anybody yet try that, to change grass into milk? Simple grass on the outside, the cow does. Transform it into milk. Milk which is a complete food by itself. In every part of the cow, a divinity resides. Most of you have seen the Gaudan when one is doing a Gaudan. You just invoke all the divinities in the cow, transforming that cow into a celestial cow, Kamdhenu, before nobody crosses the Vaitarini river. In every part of the cow, devotees, that divinity reside. Lakshmi is in the alimentary canal. If a cow eats only pure grass, no feed, a healthy cow, and you take that gobar and leap a spot, flies will not sit on it. It's an antiseptic. There's a big breakthrough in Ayurvedic medicine, devotees, with the urine and the gobar of the cow. It's a beauty in India to see how the ladies collect it and stack it in heaps, that high up and so on. They will sweat it and dry it. They set it back again to use for fuel and so on, because it produces methane gas. Right? Devotees, when last you see a place sleeping with gobar? You don't see that again. You know, if you cook in a sala roti and it happened to fall down on the place where you sleep, you might take it up and eat it. But if you fall on the concrete, you want to put it in the dustbin. Think about it. So the cow is, without the cow, we cannot have puja. The bedi is only be really acceptable for the devatas when you leap the bedi with fresh gobar from a heifer. The only milk recommended to use in puja is cow's milk. And the ghee must be from the cow. And you must have dahi, devotees, in any worship you are doing. You know how old dahi is? When Shri Ram came, devotees, and was growing up as a little babe, Dashrath used to feed them dahi and bhat. You know it's bhat? Right. Long time nobody say rice and rice, dal and bhat. Mix up, dahi and bhat, mix up is to feed them. Look how old dahi is. So there's so much, anybody who rears cows become very close to Krishna Bhagavan. Anybody who rears cows, you must progress, you must move forward, you must go upward in life. You must have food, devotees. She is Mahalakshmi. If you could get up in the morning and the first thing you could see a cow, you bless her the day. If you're going on a mission and you see a cow, especially a cow with a young one, sure you're going to get through. She is a divinity. In so saying, You do not live upstairs in a house and mine a cow downstairs. You get strapped, you get cursed. I Lakshmi. You can't live on top of Lakshmi. Huh? In India, the cow has it right away on the road. When you have to bless a building, you walk a cow through the building. Like Lakshmi, it must have progression. So many great attributes, devotees. Bhagwan, Krishna, Lord Vishnu took another avatar after Shri Ram as Krishna Bhagwan to be a what? Liye lakutiya hat gaya nake piche firatva wala bala liye sat mura mukuta shir paradare. He came as a cow herder himself in a dairy village. The gopis and so on. Tended to the cows, carried them out to graze, milking them, all these things and so on. He was close to the cow. He says, Vipra dhenu sura santahita. Dhenu means the cow. Whenever the cow is under pressure, Bhagavan has come devotees to protect it. And hence why, with all of these, we do not eat. You cannot say you are Hindu and eating the meat of the cow. You have to get that real straight. Right? It's so serious, that a person who eats the meat of the cow, it is not recommended to read Bhagwat or Bhagwat Gita to that person because you don't like the cow, you don't like Krishna Bhagavan. So Mother Earth took the form of the cow, headed towards where the saints and sages were in the forest, to see how she could get help, devotees, to call upon the devatas. अपना को दुख रोकर सुनाया पर किसी को कोई काम नहीं हो सकता है. Seeing her devotees and the suffering placed upon her, right? She begged for help devotees from that state. Then what happens? इसी प्रकार को देवता मुनि गंधर्व सब मिलने कर ब्रह्मा लोक को गई की होता है. They all got together and decided, let us go to Brahmalok, all right, and talk to Lord Brahma. He is the creator, and see what can be done. संगमे को गौ का रूप धारण किए को विचार भूमि को हरिओम शोक कंब को व्याकुल हो भय को रावण कौर को शोक पाप के को भार का को था वहां सबको अविनाशी को हमारी को तुम्हारी को सहायता करे. हमारी को सहायता यहाँ की हमारे वर्गों के अनुसार को मनुष्य को होकर रावण को वर करके और को उसी को वर तेरा को आहो को सहायता है. Calling upon Lord Brahma devotees, Brahma said, look, that is not my portfolio. Okay? That is not my portfolio. Well, let us call Bhagwan Shankar. Bhagwan Shankar said, this is not my portfolio. I am the absorber of the universe. Brahma is the creator. Well, who we have to get to help now? So what he did? Hariya Kah biran chi hari pad sumiri Dharani dharahu manadhir Ho Rama Dharani dharahu manadhir Prabhu bhanjayi daruna vipati Janat janki pīrasiya Pati Ram Chandra ji ki jai sharanam. ब्रह्मा भगवान को समर्थ करते कहा कि हे पृथ्वी मन में धीर धारण करो. वे भगवान को भक्तों के दुख जानते और बड़ी को विपत्ति को दूर करते की होता है. We have to seek the assistance of Bhagwan himself. And who is Bhagwan himself? Bhagwan Vishnu. Bhagwan Vishnu is the preserver of the universe. He is the one to take care of this universe, maintain it and so on. And when wrongs come, to correct it and all these things and so on. So now we have to go and look for Lord Vishnu. Right? So what it did, devotees? Look at what it did. Bayate sura sab karahi vichara Bayate sura sab karahi vichara Kaha paayi na prabhu kariya pukara Purvai kunda jana kaha koi Koi kaha payani the bas prabhu soi Shri Ram jai Ram वहां बैठकर विचार करते लगे, प्रभु कहां पावे जो पुकार के होता है. They all sat down there and they had decided amongst themselves opinions, expressed where are we going to find Prabhu now? Which part? इसी प्रकार को किसी ने को कहां को वैकुंठ है? Some said probably in heaven. वहां जाऊंगा, probably should go. किसी प्रभु को क्षीर समुद्र है. Some said he was on a milk ocean, क्षीर समुद्र. But what happened? Shankar Bhagwan telling Parvati Devi, I was in that samaj there too, with all of them. And they asked me my opinion. Okay? कि उस समाजो मैं बैठा था और सभी को पाकर मैंने सबको एक वचन है. Shankar Bhagwan, where we could find the Lord? Which part? Tell me. Shankar Bhagwan said, Parvati, I replied to them as such. हरिव्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, हरिव्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, प्रेम से प्रकट होई मैं जाना, ईश काल जिसी विधि जुमाही, कख खुश कह जग प्रभु नाही, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 ओ श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम, श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम. इसी प्रकार पार्वती, मैं एक्सप्रेस माय व्यूज. परमेश्वर को सर्वव्यापक, सर्वत्र को समान है, प्रेम से प्रकट होने को यहाँ को मैं जाना है. देश काल दिशाओं को दिशों में विदिशों में कहो वहां कौन सा स्थान है जहां प्रभु नहीं की होता है. भगवान is here, there and everywhere. Lord Shiva said, tell me where he is not and then I'll tell you where he is. He is there, here, there and everywhere, but only reveals himself when true love is expressed to him. You see it? So everybody start to think, where really God is not, where? And they could not think of a place where Bhagwan is not. Even in the most smallest, minute atomic particle you could think about, the presence of the Lord is there. In both animate and inanimate. Things that are living and even things that are non-living. And that's what Hinduism preaches. The universality of seeing the presence of the Lord in every aspect of his creation. Not only the human being. And that's why we as Hindus, we could watch a plant and see Bhagavan in that plant and worship that plant. We could take the earth, we are nature worshippers, and do worship the earth. Because you're supposed to see, and that is the state you call Samadarshi. Unless we have not achieved that state, we have not really progressed spiritually. And it's when you begin to realize that what Lord Shiva is saying here, you see, then you'll start to practice ahimsa. Thou shalt not hurt. And again, you see, it'll bring you back to being a vegetarian. Because you will not want to hurt another creature just to satisfy your stomach. So everybody eyes open big. You know what he's saying is true. He is there, but he is only revealed when love is expressed. So what happened? Lord Brahma said, Sunivirane chimana harashetano Pulakanayana vahani O Rama Pulaka Bahana Varani Astuti Karjo की जय शरणम। शिव जी यहाँ को यहाँ कहा कि हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना, वचन सुनकर ब्रह्मा जी मन में को अति हर्ष हुआ है। ब्रह्मा said, that is true what he said, you know. पुलकित हो गया और को नयनों के दीर को बहने लगी है। All the hairs stood on his hands and tears devotees started to trickle. थे प्रेम से कुछ काल को मगन होता है। He entered into a state of magan, intoxicated with that love for Prabhu now. फिर सावधान हो, मति को धर धारण कर हाथ जोड़ कर स्तुति करने लगे, and encourage all the others to join with him as he led them in prayer to Bhagwan Vishnu devotees to appease him. So what he said? Jai Jai Suranayak Jan Sukadayak Pranatapala Bhagavanta Gawa Dvija Hitakari Jaya Asurari Sindhu Suta Priya Kanta Palana Suradharani Adabhuta Karani Maramana Janayako सहज कृपाला दीन दयाला करहु अनुग्रह सोई। इस क्षण ब्रह्मा जी को अपने को संपूर्ण हेतु करे कि हे सुखदायक आपकी जय हो। सूरनायक को कहने लगी कि प्रयोजन है कि आपको देवताओं के रक्षक, मनुष्यों के को सुखदायक, दोनों के को पालन को करने वाले और गौ ब्राह्मण को रक्षक को हितकारी, कि इधर को यहाँ को सब विपत्ति असुरों के हाथ पर को जो जिनके को आपको शत्रु है और आपको सिंधु सुता अर्थात लक्ष्मीपति है, सो वहां सुर के को हाथ में पर गया की होता है। Brahma led the congregation in prayer. Glory and praise be unto you, O Bhagwan. You are the Lord of the immortals. You are the delight of the devotees. You protect against the devatas. You are protector of the earth, the supply and the good, the meek, the brahmanas, the cows and son. You bring fear into the hearts of the demons, of those on the wrong side. You are the Lord of Lakshmi. Glory to you, O Prabhu. You who are the guardian of the world. इसी प्रकार को सो वहां को दीन दयालु संभाल कर हम पर कृपा कीजिए है। हे प्रभु, no one knows your secret, not even Brahma, for you have no beginning, no middle, no end. And the devotees are praying unto him. They beg the Lord, have mercy upon us, O Prabhu, have mercy upon us. We are in trouble, we are in problem. Please save us, please save us, please save us. In this beautiful chant, devotees, he prayed, leading the congregation there. What he said? Jaya Jaya Avinashi Sabhagat Basi Vyapaka Paramananda Avigat Gotita Charitra Punita Maya Rahita Mukunda Yehi Ragi Viragi Ati Anuragi Vigat Moha Muni Vrenda Nishi Pasaradhya Vahi Gunaganata Vahi Jayati Satina Garupa. Avinashi ko aapko jai ho. Praise be unto you, immortal Lord of the universe, who have no beginning, no middle, and the end. You reside in the hearts of all. You again who are truth, consciousness, and bliss personified, Sachidananda Bhagavan. आपकी जय हो। मैं बारंबार को नमस्कार करते हैं। हे प्रभु, you again, you create Maya, that elusive energy of yours, but yet still you are unaffected by it. You are above it in this manner. Sachidanand Swarup ko aapki jai ho. Glory to you again, O Lord. who are truth consciousness and bliss personified. And so devotees, Brahma began praising the Lord again in beautiful chants as we have here. And devotees, what Bhagavan looks for in everything, Patram Pushpam Phalam Jalam Arpanam Tvamiva Bhaktya, is the love and the devotion. Just like the elephant went to drink water, and the alligator, the crocodile, held on to its front leg, and although it felt that it was stronger on land, yet still the crocodile or the alligator there had the power over him. When he saw his life will go, from the depths of his heart, he called out to Prabhu to save him. He Govindara ko sharana ab to jivan hara. Lord, my life is going now. Right? I have no other choice, Prabhu. I call upon you, I call upon you, I call upon you. And with such prem, such bhakti, such love, such devotion. You see, I was telling a judge man, when you sit down to do puja, all right, if you're doing a Lakshmi puja or Hanuman puja, you don't see the Murti there, you have to see Hanumanji on that baby. If you can't visualize him, he is Mahavir Swami, a person in front of you there, we still have to develop that, right? So it's not just making this offering, and I did puja, Yes, but how? We have to, devotees, create that link between us and the Lord, and be able to see not only just a Murti there, but Bhagwan himself manifested. When this love was portrayed, again, devotees, all the scriptures tell us, there is one easy thing to conquer God. The Lord is the master of the universe, Yogis, they get trouble to find him, to realize him. But what's the easiest thing to conquer the Lord? When pure love is portrayed from the heart. Hearing the call from Brahma, Lord Shiva, all the devatas and so on, Bhagavan could not resist that temptation of the love. And look what he did. Jani sabhaya sura bhumi suni avachana samita sani Rama vachana samita sani gagana gira gama bhira bhaye harani shoka saneti hasya Pati Ram Chandra Ji ki Jai Sharanam. You don't have anything to conquer God like bhakti, pure bhakti and devotion. Prabhu, hearing this call, devotees for help, could not resist it. Devta Prithvi ko dari jan, aur ko uske Prithvi, Priti ko yuk vachan sun, Akash gambir bani ko shoko, sandhya ko harne wali ki hota hai. Right? Devotees, a deep voice penetrated the atmospheric region, coming down, devotees, to where they were. Is prakar ko, and this voice removed the fear from their heart. Shok ravan ko duk dene ko ar ko, sandhya yaha ko, pratna ko angikar ko, ho yaha na ho hai. Put aside your fear from Ravan. I am going to take care of it and relieve you of such stress. Now what devotees, this voice said, let us hear. Jani darapa kumuni sita suresha tumayi lagi dhari hakunar vega tumayi lagi dhari nar vega Jai Ram Shri Ram
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
Kasyapati Mahatap Kina Kasyapati Mahatap Kina Jinaka Kamaya Purvara Kudina Jinaka Kamaya Purvara Kudina Raghupati Raga मंगल भवन द्रव्यो सुदशरथ अजीर बिहारी अजीर बिहारी राम अजीर बिहारी द्रव्यो सुदशरथ अजीर बिहारी द्रव्यो सुदशरथ अजीर बिहारी. This voice, devotees, is penetrating the atmospheric region, saying, He Devta Muni ko Siddha, O Devtas, O saints and sages, O Siddhas, tum mat daro, put aside your fear. Main tumhare ko hetu manush ko avatar dharan karunga hai. I am going to come in this human body. Anso ke sahit ko manush ko avatar udwar ko surya bansu lunga hai. I am going to manifest myself in the human body, in the solar dynasty, devotees, the Surya Karbans. Kashyapa Diti bara tap kiya hai. Kashyapa Diti previously had done severe penance and austerity, Naimisharan Kshetra. Aur unko mai pehle ko var ko de chuka do. Then I did promise them, devotees, a boon. And that boon is to come as their son. Ki vehi Dasrath Kausalya roop ko manusya hai. They are now reborn as Dasrath and Kausalya, ruling the city of Ayodhya. Under Raja Ayodhya pragat hua ki hota hai. So this voice, devotees, penetrating the atmospheric region, is telling them to put aside their fear, that the Lord is going to manifest. And it continues, devotees, as it says. Hari Hari Hava Sakala Ko Bhumi Murkaye Nirbhaya Ho Deva Samujaye Oh Nirbhaya Ho Deva Samujaye Oh Jai Rama Devotees continued, unke hi ghar ko jaakar avatar lunga hai. I am going to come. Raghukul ke tilak ko hum char bhai hoga hai. I will come in 4 parts as 4 brothers. You see, devotees? And who are his 4 brothers? Remember, Vishnu Bhagwan appeared. And when Kausalya begged him, I do not want you in this superhuman form, that form just vanished and 4 little boys were there, devotees. Ram, they began crying, and as they cried, devotees, maidservants ran into the chamber there, and they heard babies crying, and they all screamed for joy. The queens have children, the queens have children. News reached Dasrath, devotees, and Dasrath ran with joy to see them also. So did the citizens and the people of Ayodhya. Not only them, all devatas had them assembled over Ayodhya, the Vimanas, showering flowers and praises. Bhagwan has come upon earth. Shankar, Bhagwan, all the others will be there. They'll come to visit that baby. All the holy rivers will manifest as females, devotees, and come to visit, pay their respects, and get darshan also, Prabhu. The four Vedas came as four Brahmanas there, right? Every divinity that controlled the issues around, they came there, devotees disguised, paying respect to devotees, to see that beautiful little baby boy, and to get darshan, to present gifts and so on. Oh, jhule jhule palana, Kausalya ki maiya lalana. Jhule jhule palana, Kausalya ki maiya lalana. Those who are unfortunate missed it today in the mandir. I'm telling you, this occasion, you have to have Bhagwan's devotees' mercy to be involved in it, to enact that scene that took place so long ago in the age of Treta Yuga. So devotees, hear what the voice said, नारद जी को सबको वचन सत करूंगा और परम को शक्ति समेत को उतार लूंगा है. Because of a curse of Narad placed upon me, I will allow that curse to be effective. What was that curse, devotees? Narad thought at one time he was the greatest of sages. Lord Vishnu said, no, anytime you are my devotee, you have to kill anger and pride and all these things and so on. And he led Narad to a city that the Lord created with a beautiful girl to be married in a Swayambar. Princes were invited around the globe and she will come with a mala and choose her suitor. He led Narad there, and when Narad saw her, he made up Narad's mind to fall in love with her and want to get married to her. But Narad thought he was old and wrinkled and she will not be attracted, so he went by Bhagwan Vishnu and said, Lord, grant me your handsome form. I wish to get married to this beautiful princess. So Bhagwan tell him, Narad, I always give my devotee what is best for them. But he didn't know. He gave him the face of a monkey. So when he sat down there and this girl come in with the mala, you see nice, good-looking fellas, and you see a man with a monkey face. She avoided him. He kept pushing his head outside. And two attendants of Lord Shiva on his side said, hey, Muruk, oh foolish one, there is a pond outside. Go and look at your reflection. When he saw he had the face of a monkey, he ran straight to Bhagwan and he said, Bhagwan, you see what you do to me today? You always want all the good thing for yourself. You prevented me from getting married today. Your consort Lakshmi will be separated from you and you will know how it feels. And you see this monkey face you ridiculed me with? This face will have to come and help you to find her. So then Bhagwan said, Narad, it is written in the Vedas, when words come from the lips of you great saints and sages, they will be true. Now if I do not allow it to happen, then the Vedas will be considered false. So here Bhagwan is saying, for the sake of that curse, I am going to come upon earth. I will allow Lakshmi to be separated from me. The illusionic form, that Maya form of Sita, and the very army of bears, monkeys, and so on, will have to get me back. इसी प्रकार को नारद जी को सब वचन सत्य करूंगा, आप परम को अशक्ति अवतार लूंगा है. So I will move out from Ayodhya, and whilst moving out, I will diffuse my energy, and so doing, I will rid the earth of the troubles and problems, reinstating the pathway of dharma. सब पृथ्वी को भार को हरूंगा हे देवताओं, निर्भय हो जाऊंगा, आकाश को ईश्वर को वाणी को आकारे से को सुन देवता मन में प्रसन्न हो, तुरंत लौटते गई है. Hearing devotees, there's a voice which was reassuring to them and brought confidence in them once more. The voice said, put away your fear, return to your home, okay, and remove your fear. I am going to come and I will relieve the earth of the troubles and problems. Bhagwan does manifest depending on time, place, and condition. Now when that pronouncement was made in the heavens, look at what happened. Brahma called an emergency meeting with all the devatas. Nija loka ko virancha gaye. वन इजी ही सिखाए बांदर पनु धरि धरनी महा हरि पद से बहु जाय सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणा। ब्रह्मा जी देवता को वहां शिक्षा दी. He called an emergency meeting with them. जापने को लोग को चले गयो कि तुमको सबको वानर को शरीर धारण कर वहां पृथ्वी को भगवान की को सेवा करूंगा. Have you heard the pronouncement? Bhagwan Vishnu is going to come on earth. Lakshmi, the elusive form of hers, will be separated. Due to that curse of Narad, he will need an army of Vanaras. Hence, go and take the form of Vanaras, go down upon earth, take the form of Vanaras, and wait for the coming of the Lord to serve him. Now these Vanaras devotees, सब देवता को अपने अपने को स्थान के चले गए, पृथ्वी सहित को मन में विश्राम पाया है. The devatas started to change themselves into Vanaras. These Vanaras devotees, they walk upright like humans. They had the face of monkeys but the intelligence of humans. And we wonder where the Western will get the idea of making a film like Planet of the Apes. Think of it. इसी प्रकार जो कुछ को ब्रह्मा जी आदि वहां को देवता प्रसन्न हो करने को उधर को हुआ को देर दही की होता है. An instruction from the Lord Brahma, they manifested, forming themselves in gallant troops, devotees. Some came as bears and monkeys, apes, gorillas, and so on. पृथ्वी को बंचर को धारण किया है. They roamed about devotees जिनके बराक बल, very powerful and strong और प्रताप है. सबको बिगड़े को पर्वत ब्रिज नक को यही को आयुध है. परमात्मा कुमार को जो ही लगे कि कब वहां अवतार ले और को बनचर सबको रणधीर हो गई है. Wait in devotees at that moment when Bhagwan will come, that they are ready to serve him. And you see devotees, Brahma himself came as the captain Jamwant. Bhagwan Surya came as Sugriv. Indra in the heavens came as Bali. Right? And when all of them were changing to come down, Lord Shiva said he's not going to miss out on this spot. Shankara Suvarna Keshari Nandan Teja Pratapa Mahajagabandan. And so devotees, Bhagwan Shankar himself is 11th incarnation, which is that of a Pawan Putra Hanumanji. So Shri Ram appeared on earth today, the 9th day in the lunar month of Chait, the bright fortnight, and Hanuman came on the full moon, which will be on next week, Wednesday night, devotees, Wednesday itself, which is Hanuman Jayanti Day. They were not ordinary people worshiping a monkey. You know, as the power Hanuman, Hanuman's devotees flew across that pathway between South India and Lanka, burnt Lanka and came back, you know. He brought a whole mountain peak, Dronagiri up there, with the medicinal herb devotees to Sri Lanka. He was not ordinary. He was the 11th incarnation of Shankar Bhagavan himself. That Shri Ram left him for us in this Kali Yuga. He said, Hanuman, when his mission was accomplished, I have to go back. But I leave you in charge here. I want you to remain as long as the sun and the moon and the stars and the luminaries are there and humans are here. And anyone who will worship and adore you, take away all your troubles and problems and reinstate the pathway of Dharma once more. So devotees, they all waited there in gallant troops with the coming of the Lord, which devotees which took place on the day like today, which is Ram Navami or Ram Janam. And Bhagavan devotees, when you follow the Katha, one of the most beautiful sections of the Ramayana is Balkan, the childhood days of Shri Ram himself. So all these sportive activities of the Lord, they are called Ram Leela. So blessed is to hear it. So blessed is to read of it. So blessed is to see it with the eyes. And so more blessed is to be part of that play. Right? Vipradenu Sura Santa Hita Linha Manuj Avatar Nija Iksha Nirmitanu Maya Gun Goparasya Pati Ramachandra Ji ki Jai Sharanam. प्रभु ब्राह्मण गौ को देवता संतों के हेतु अवतार को लिया है, जो माया के गुणों और को इंद्रियों पर को उन्होंने में अपने को इच्छा शरीर को धारण कर लिया है. भगवान took the form devotees manifested upon earth in the human body for the sake of the Brahman, the cow, the devatas, the rishis, the munis, Mother Earth, all the good people. The Lord came at that time. He himself will suffer many hardships in this body as the human. But remember again, just like when Guha saw him sleeping under the tree, Guha started to cry, you know. He said, look how the Lord had to leave his luxurious palace and sleeping under a tree. When Lakshman had to tell him, the Lord is not affected by the Maya, his elusive energy. The Lord is above it. So too he came devotees and led by example that we could follow. And readers will tell you, this Ramayana devotees is called the jewel of Hindu texts. Right? The jewel of Hindu texts. So devotees, when the Lord's mission will be accomplished, the Lord will not die like a human. We have to be very careful when we use the word Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the Lord and Master of the universe. When the Lord comes, he's not born. And mission accomplished, the Lord do die. Antardhan means the Lord vanished into thin air in the Saryu River. So did all the other divinities. So Prem se boliye Yudhya Pati Ramachandra ki jai, Vishnu Bhagavan ki jai, Sri Sarvadevi Devta ki jai. We will stop here at this juncture. And may the blessings offer this katha of the coming of the Lord upon earth be with one and all. Okay, so we have observed once more, which is one of our heritage, this occasion of Ram Janam or Ram Navami. And the next one that we have coming is Hanuman Jayanti, which will be on the full moon in that month, devotees, which will coincide with next week, Wednesday. Now, next week, Wednesday is also Purnima, and we normally observe the Purnima Vrat here, so we normally combine our Purnima with our Hanuman Jayanti. We want to thank Adonis Pasad, who is normally the great Hanuman Bhakta from Mary Street in Sangri Grande. He has already consented to sponsor the whole issue of the Hanuman Jayanti and Satnarayan Katha. That means puja material, prasad, meals, everything pertaining to it. May God bless him. So, Bolo Shri Pawan Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Tonight, devotees, we say thanks very much to Mr. Ram Narayan of Good Hope Street. He contributed this night's prasad. It was prepared by Aji and probably others who assisted him. And also again, we have meals. You will enjoy it tonight, devotees, what is prepared. And this is contributed by a pious lady, anonymous, a foreigner in fact, on behalf of a late mother. May the blessings again of the gift of food. She did all this for today too, for Ramlila also. May the blessings accrue, be directed to that Atma or soul where be. Bhagwan blessings to that Atma or the soul, and also that giver. We can only do whilst God bless us with health and strength and whilst we are able to do. Hence why we take advantage, devotees, whilst we are blessed with these moments. So, next week, Wednesday, will be Hanuman Jayanti Satnarayan Vrat Katha. And Thursday also we'll continue with our normal Satsang. So at this time, I think you have a member of the youth group who would normally like to express some words of inspiration. We want to invite Lakshmi, I believe. Lakshmi? All right. Lakshmi, you have to get a mic.
Boy seen out from the train window shouted, "Dad, look, the trees are going behind." Dad smiled at a young couple sitting nearby, looked at the 24-year-old childish behavior with pity. Suddenly he again exclaimed, "Dad, look, the clouds are running with us." The couple couldn't resist and said to the old man, "Why don't you take your son to a good doctor?" The old man smiled and said, "I did, and we are just came in from the hospital. My son was blind from birth. He just got his eyesight today." Moral of the short story: every single person on the planet has a story. Don't judge people before you truly know them.
These youths from the youth group of the Mandir, they're making the this girl, okay, come in front here, let them see her. Give her a round of applause, please. These little children are always in the mandir. And you see, that's why we encourage parents to bring your children. They will grow up in the temple. They will learn about their culture, their tradition, their dharma. They are part, these children do sit down, they come and they activate themselves, involve in themselves, and what they learn at this stage, they will not forget it. So God bless you and happy birthday today, okay? Very beautiful, thank you. We want to thank devotees, those who prepared the meals today, tonight in fact. And I saw a lot of members of the youth group, is it? Members of the youth group were there, and also members of the temple who were preparing food this evening. So God bless you and thanks very, very much. I ask you, let us stand, please. We will join now in Arti. Okay? Ramayana Arti tonight. Hari Om. Our devotees who did puja, I Chantal, sisters, Lakshmi and others, they will commence the Arti. Hari Om. Yani kani cha papani janamantar kretanita tani tani vinashanti pradakshina parhe parhe deepanam. Right hand, right? Hari Om. आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पिए की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय पिए की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री
ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद
ब्रह्मादिक मुनि नारद वाल्मीकि विज्ञान विशारद
सुख संकादि शेष अरुशारद
सरकारी शीश शारद
वर्णी पवन सुत कीरति की आरती श्री
रामायण जी की कीरति कलित ललित सिय की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की भगत शम भव मुनि विज्ञानी
भगवत शंभु भवानी भगत शम भव मुनि विज्ञानी
व्यास आदि कवि पुंग बखानी
व्यास आदि कवि पुंग बखानी
कभु सुनरी करुणे
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित श्री
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित
चारहु वेद पुराण अष्टदश छौ शास्त्र सब ग्रंथन को रस
वीर पुराण सरस चौसास सब को रस
तन मन धन सन तन की सर्वस
धन मन धन संतन की सर्वस
सारंग सब मत सभी की आरती श्री
रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित
कलिमल हर नितिशय रस फीकी सुभग श्रृंगार मोती युवती की हर निरोग भव मोरी की मात मात सब विधि तुलसी की आरती श्री
रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित
आरती श्री रामायण जी की
आरती श्री रामायण जी की कीर्ति कलित ललित
कीर्ति
कलित ललित
ओ
कीर्ति कलित ललित
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
और बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो श्री राम राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
ओ बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम ओ बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम ओ बोलो सीता राम जय जय राम
प्रेम से बोलिए अयोध्या पति रामचंद्र की जय. We humble ourselves in prayerful submission, giving thanks to Prabhu once more. for this most divine privilege afforded to us. Hari Om Shantakaram Bhujagashenam Padmanabham Shirisham Vishwadharam Gaganasandrisham Megavaranam Subhangam Lakshmikantam Kamalnayanam Yogi Viridhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavaiharam Sarvalokaikanaatham कथा विसर्जन हो तुहै सुनो वीर हनुमान राम लखन सिय जानकी करो हृदय निवास त्वमेव माता च पिता
त्वमेव
और त्वमेव बन्धो
सखा त्वमेव
त्वमेव विद्या
द्रविणं त्वमेव
त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलिए विष्णु भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सीतापति रामचंद्र की जय, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की जय, बोलो श्री गुरु रामानंद स्वामी की जय, आदि शक्ति जगदम्बे माता की जय, बोलो श्री राधा वर कृष्ण चंद्र की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, सर्वदेवी सर्वदेवता की जय, साधु गुरु के दंडवत जय 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 सीताराम। आपकी आसन लीजिए, प्लीज बी सीटेड।